fact.
We got the game fucked up.
True, but that's because people see females as they just want them for their body. Like they be like, "Oh, she thick." They just trying to catch a quick nut. But behind that, you got people who got feelings, emotions, all of that. Like they are damaged. So it's up to you. Like if you really want a queen or you want a wife, you got to be on your already. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
you got to be mentally, physically, and emotionally ready to come with that real stuff and understand that she damaged. So there's like conversations that she mentioned about her ex or the situations that she been through. You got to take that, bruh, and understand and use it and not make those mistakes because she telling you what she been through. But it's up to a man to listen and be like, man, I don't want to hear about that nigga or whatever the situation may be. But if you're a man, you're gonna sit there and listen to what she has been through because you know not to make those mistakes that she's telling you why she's damaged. But niggas don't like to listen or understand any of that.
But I mean, at the same time though, like both sides get damaged, right? And it makes me wonder. It's just like why you don't want to hear it because it makes you think about the times where you got hurt, where you got damaged, and you ain't trying to go there.
It's not
Because you
like
could be doing the same thing. You could be doing the same thing with her. Because like the thing that we don't understand sometimes is just like depending on who you rocking with. Now, some people use the things that they've been through as an excuse, and some
that.
people are telling you what they've been through because they just letting you know what it is. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So like when I'm having a conversation with particular people that are like real close to me, and I'm telling them like the ins and the outs, like, hey, my last relationship went like this. It made me feel like this because I'm not telling you for my own fucking good.
A
Like, you
hundred.
know what I'm saying? I'm telling you so you can understand me more because this is a partnership. That's what people don't understand. Like, this is a partnership. Like, I'm telling you so you can understand me. I'm trying to understand you so we can learn how to work together. And like, you know what I'm saying? And that takes, putting that pride down, putting that ego down. And you know what I'm saying? Really understand it because when you love somebody, that pride, that ego ain't gonna matter the way that it used to. Because if that's in a way, sometimes that's why people don't be relationships don't be working. You could be with the right person, but your pride and your ego too big uh to actually make it successful. Sometimes
Fact.
these relationships aren't working because of something. It's not because of that other person to be like, oh, you done went through shit. Oh, you went through trauma. You motherfucker, you been through trauma too. You been through shit too. Have you dealt with your shit? Why you want other people to come dealing with their shit dealt with already? Have you dealt with yours?
Fact.
Why do her feelings make you uncomfortable? Because they shouldn't.
At all.
Why, you know what I'm saying? Why does that make you uncomfortable? Because it shouldn't. See, you should be asking yourself more questions. But it's so much easier to blame that other person for being flawed instead of being able to acknowledge the fact that actually I'm flawed too.
That's deep right there.
Be like, actually, I'm flawed too. Be like, actually, we got a lot of the same scars, honestly.
Yeah.
And that shit makes a hell of a difference. That shit makes a hell of a difference. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? You know what I'm saying? When you find that person that you can actually communicate, actually y'all ain't gotta argue all the time. Cause sometimes that's what it is. If a motherfucker told you like, you know what I'm saying, what's some shit that people like, I just need reassurance. Is that a hard thing to do?
Hell no.
Fuck
Let
no,
me
it ain't.
know that you still care and all of this stuff and all of that. Let me know. Show me the appreciation. Show me that I'm the only one. Just give affection. You don't always have to be smashing or nothing like that. Give them a hug. Give them kisses. Hold them. Send them a text message at work. I know you at work, but I was thinking about you. Send them I miss you. The littlest things matter to a female, but niggas fail to realize that.
Yeah, and shit could be so simple. It's just like why you don't want to show her, and if you feel that way about her, like if you actually care about her, why you scared to show it?
Because at the end of the day, I feel like a person who's scared to show them emotion, they don't know. That's a tough question Because at the end of the day, you got to think about this. That's a generational. What if your parent never showed you love? So how can you go to a female and try to show a female love? Or how do you know the steps? Or you can't take it to say, for instance, you just in that household where there is one single parent as a female and you don't have a father, your grandparents wasn't in there, or no daddy figure. And your mother is the only one showing you love. How can you learn to love a female from a man point of view? All you got to do is learn it on your own. So you got to go in and make those mistakes or sit back and realize, hey, what am I?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Because you know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the beginning of the episode. Excuse me. That goes back to the beginning of the episode where we talk about how like the things that you've been through, this shit goes deep. That's why I think everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. And it's nothing to be afraid of because sometimes we got to get it out because all a therapist does is ask these kind of questions to make you reflect like that and to make you think about these kind of things because when you go into that space you can understand like, hey, like why am I uncomfortable showing my emotions? Actually, like I really fucking love this girl, but I can't I'm scared to let her know that because the last time that I felt this way somebody hurt me bad as fuck, or like I don't know how to communicate because the way that I was raised I don't really understand my emotions, so I can't really tell you what I'm feeling right now. I just know that I got these feelings that I can't really handle deal with. Actually, instead of me being like, oh, I can't have a girl like you, like actually let me figure out how to love on myself. Let me figure out how to heal those wounds. Let me figure out how to get past this so I can get what it is that I want. And you can apply that beyond relationships. You can apply that to like career. Like, damn, like why am I working this job that I don't like? Why am I staying in this living situation that I don't like? Why am I doing these things that I do? And really like asking yourself some of these things that matter, because at the end of the day, if nobody ever told you, you matter. You matter, your feelings matter, what you want. It matters.
I
It
had to learn
does.
that the hard way, bro. I just me being 100. I had to learn that the hard way through every relationship that I've been with. I'm like, man, my voice don't matter. My voice don't matter. And then, are my feelings. And motherfuckers was just like, hey, bro, I wouldn't be asking you this if I didn't care, or whatever the
Absolutely.
situation may be. You got to have that person that's adamant about it. And like, okay, I understand that you're going through stuff. I'm also going through stuff, but we here to listen to each other problems. So maybe we can come to a solution through both of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.